hope this video finds you well. Today we are building a family lake house on Piggylock Manor. That's in Brindleton Bay, and it's like the island where the museum usually is, like where the lighthouse is. And it's a 30 by 30 lot. And I was thinking that this is maybe for like a large and rather wealthy family. They might have like a set of parents, three teens or three kids, two toddlers, and a dog. And in the end, this house cost about $134,000 and nope, $134,254. Yeah, so they're pretty well off. There's six beds in total and two toilets. So one double bed for the parents, and then three single beds and two toddler beds. And I think it could be really cool if you made this like a rental house. So like any of your Sims in your world could go and have a little vacation in Brindleton Bay on the island all by themselves. Yeah, that could be really nice and relaxing. Yeah, that would be a really fun summer trip. I was definitely, getting in the mood or getting ready for summer vacation because it's like really warm now in like where I am in Toronto, and it's almost summer. It's the end of May, so it's like getting there. And yeah, I just wanted to like reminisce about like going cottaging with my family in the summertime when we were kids. The cottages were never this big, no way. But we swam in the lake and we went kayaking. I did try water skiing once, and it was really hard. The next day, my forearms were so sore. Yeah, and I was a kid. It looked easy at first because you're like, oh yeah, I ski. I know how to ski. That's the same thing. No, it was not. It required a lot of like grip strength and core strength and balance. I have none of those, and I was a kid. And the longest I stayed up on the skis was probably like 30 seconds, which was pretty good. And that only happened one time because all the other times I would just like get up and then immediately fall. But yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, the cottages we stayed in were like pretty small, and we usually like rented it out with like friends and stuff. Although we did rent out a pretty big ski chalet one year up in Blue Mountain with five other families. And yeah, that was really fun. It was really fun, and the chalet was really, really nice. All the bedrooms were like in the basement or on the first floor. And then the second floor was the kitchen and the living room, and there's like a fireplace. And we were facing the ski hill. So in the living room, you had a pretty good view of like people skiing and stuff. So it was fun to watch at night, like the night skiing and all that. So yeah, that was really, really fun. I was a kid, and each family had like their own room. And so in my family's room, we had a bunk bed, but the bunk bed was like two double beds, or rather, one really large single bed stacked on top of a double bed. And so, yeah, that's where we slept. So my parents slept on the bottom bunk, and my sister and I, when we were really little and really tiny, we slept on the top bunk together. So, yeah, that was really cozy. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm doing the kitchen right now, and this whole build was inspired by this kitchen, or it sort of grew out of me wanting to build this kitchen. I had saw it in a commercial, I think, or like an ad on YouTube. I was probably watching someone speed build in The Sims, and it just popped up there. And it was like of this like reddish kitchen. It was like long and warm, and I think they were wood panels. I can't even tell you what commercial this was for. I was just so mesmerized by the kitchen that I forgot what they were advertising or didn't listen. But I saw it and I knew I had to build it. But I had to do it from memory because obviously I didn't know like what commercial it was from, so I couldn't find it again. And yeah, so it was like the commercial, it looked like a cottage, or the inside of a cottage, and it was like all red paneling, and it was like kind of cluttered and warm, and there was a lot of like long wooden windows, and flowy curtains, and then this like long dining table, and then the chairs were like arched, kind of like the ones um, that came with cats and dogs. Like it was rounded. I didn't end up using those chairs in here, even though we had them and they were like perfect because they matched the one in the commercial. But they kind of took up too much space. Like they were really clunky, and everywhere else in the kitchen was already like pretty cluttered. Um, and yeah, this was a really different style than I usually do because I rarely do like super cluttered spaces. But I wanted this one to like look like that kitchen and feel cozy and like a family really lived in it, um, and like has that sort of cottagey vibe. I'm guessing if this was like an actual rental, it wouldn't be this cluttered. But yeah, I was building this initially with like a family in mind. Like they own this cottage, they've had it in their family for generations, and so they've like slowly, accumulated stuff and cluttered up the cottage. And maybe like, I don't really know how this works because I don't own a cottage. My family does not have the money for that. But I imagine like every summer they come here and they do a bit of cleaning and add to their collection of stuff at the end of the summer. And yeah, so I wanted to do the rest of the house kind of cluttered, like the kitchen. And funnily enough, I had a hard time because like it's not my usual style or like how I usually build. I don't usually clutter things up, but I did want the rest of the house to match the kitchen. So I tried my best. I think the more I do like more cluttered builds, the better it'll be. But yeah, the laundry room, even though I intended it to be like very cluttered, is still rather um, clean. That's not the word. Minimal, maybe. I do put some stuff like on the walls just to like make it feel a little bit more um, utilitarian, I guess. I don't, if that's the word for it. Um, but yeah, how have you guys been doing? Have you guys heard about the two new kits that are coming out? What do you guys think? I think it's really cute. I think the stuff is super duper cute. Um, Especially the little campers one. It kind of reminds me of, I mean, not the style, but the concept kind of reminds me of Tiny Toddlers by um, Hey Harry and um, Felix. Yeah. Um, and so yeah, but I think it's really cute. I'm not 100% sure that I would buy it, mostly because I've never been like a huge fan of kits. I only bought like three of them because they kind of like really spoke to me. Like I love the Blooming Room kit. Um, and it is still expensive, but like I use it so much. I get so much use out of it. but I like the little camper skit. I don't think I would get as much use out of it as I would with the country kitchen kit or the blooming rooms kit or even like decor to the max. Um, yeah, I don't think I don't think I would get as much use out of it. With that being said, though, I think it would be really, really cute in this particular house because we have like a bunch of kids and it's like a summer build and they're going cottaging or like camping. So what was that word? Sue? I meant to say so, but so like you could put a lot of the stuff in here. I think would be super cute to have a little makeshift backyard theater or like a cinema in the backyard where all the kids could like hang around and watch their movies and stuff by the fire or something. Um, so if I do get it, the little campers kit, not the other one. The other one is a clothing, a CAS, yeah, a CAS kit. I'm not like super into those. I don't really care too much about CAS. I'm really just here for the builds, and the build by catalog. um, so I don't think I would get that. But yeah, if I were to get the little campers kit, I would definitely make a video of me updating this house with those items so we can see them like in a house and it's like ready to go. So we'll see. Or if you end up getting the kit, maybe download this build and then fill it up. The house is ready to go. I've play tested it and everything, so it works. So that could be really fun and like just really easy. um, yeah. Oh, by the way, a very important little um, announcement sounds too official. It's not that big a deal. It's just a quick note. I'm going back to work. Well, I already started work last week, and working in a museum as a part timer, your my schedule is a little bit scattered. It changes like every month, and so having like a consistent upload schedule for me is kind of hard to do right now. And I really want to have um, like a proper schedule. My doctor also says I need a little bit more structure in my life, so that's what I'm trying to do. Um, but I mean, like for you guys too, just so you know, like when to look out for my builds and stuff. Yeah, that would be really nice. So I think I'm going to like modify my schedule a little bit just so I can work around like this weird work schedule, and to also like make the upload schedule like kind of flexible enough so that it can accommodate for like changes every month in my like work schedule. So I was thinking that every Tuesday I will upload a tiny house because I really love doing those. They're really fun and they're really quick. Um, and so they won't require as much time from me. And I could do one of those, and that would be really, really fun. And I have been meaning to do like more tiny builds anyway because they're just so cute. Um, yeah, and then I was thinking on a Saturday, I could upload like a bigger build. That's what I was thinking. Um, so yeah, so tiny builds, so anywhere from a microhome to a small house on Tuesdays, and then bigger builds on Saturday. That's what I'm thinking. But again, as I kind of like figure out how this works for me, things might change again. So, you know, we're currently, I hate to use the pandemic key phrase, but pivoting. Yeah, we're pivoting. Um, there's so many memes. The there's so many memes about people using the word pivoting. Because, in that Friends episode where David Schwimmer's character, Ross, is moving up a couch to his apartment, and he was too cheap to get like a mover. He was really determined on doing it himself. But his apartment didn't have an elevator, so he was trying to move this really big sofa up some stairs that like curved, or like it wasn't a straight set of stairs. Um, so he was just yelling pivot to Chandler and Rachel, I think, to like move the the sofa. It didn't work out for him. I thought it was really funny, but yeah, pivoting. That's what we're doing. Right now, we are doing the living room, and I thought this, I never use this base game wallpaper because it doesn't really fit like a lot of the modern builds that I usually do. So I was really glad to use it here because it looks so cozy and it really fits the vibe. I think it really does. Like the little wood paneling underneath kind of goes with like a lot of the wood in this house, and the little desk, I think it's called a secretary, if I'm not mistaken, is back there in the corner. And so I figured, like even though this family is on vacation, maybe like one of the parents needs to do a little bit of work, check in on the office or whatever, and so that they could do it there, or like one of the one of the kids needs to do online summer school, so they can do it there or whatever. Or yeah, yeah. Um, it's a long vacation. They're here for a long time. They need to check in with the world outside of the island, just for some sanity, maybe. I don't know. I've actually never built on this island before. This is my first time. Usually I have done like a little museum renovation, but I've never built a house here. And this is such a great location. Um, I do imagine that it's a little annoying to go back into town and you have to like load the game every single time. My game is really slow, so that's annoying for me. But the surrounding area on this island, like the little beaches, and something is so cute. It's such a good vacation spot, and I love like, and in Brindleton Bay especially, like you got all these like wandering dogs and cats, and it's just so cute. I don't know how the dogs got here from the island, but they're here. I think there's a little ghost named Captain, or maybe maybe he's not a ghost, but he was a ghost when I got here. um, but he's really cute, and I just love that sort of like, um, I don't know, the liveliness it brings to the world. So right now we are doing the back of the house, and this this little area, I think it's like a conservatory, or like a covered porch, but the whole rest of the porch is also covered, so it's not really that. This was also inspired by a post that I saw, and um, I'm not going to show because it also looks nothing like it, but they had like a little sitting area, and there was like radiators, um, and the doors from that photo is what inspired most of the doors in this house. Like it was like a big glass door, and there's like glass on the sides, and it had like really nice wood detailing. So I kind of made these like, they're not really custom doors because they're just like a window and a door, which is kind of normal. But yeah, that's why I did it that way, because I really liked the way it looked in the photo. Yeah, so we are, I think, moving on to the second story in a bit. So, like, are you guys doing anything for summer, like anything fun, I am working. But I might be going to a couple of weddings. Yeah, I guess I'm just at that age where everybody is getting married. Um, and by everyone, I mean those who can afford it. I cannot. But you know what? Good for them. Good for them. I know one of them, they're marrying someone who is still finishing university. Yeah, I think they're going into their fourth year, and I'm like, that's wild. Getting married uh, in your fourth year, that's wild, but cool. That's really cool. Um, yeah, I just can't even fathom it because I would just be so stressed out about finishing school that I wouldn't have any time to like plan a whole freaking wedding. Um, but yeah, I guess it's just starting to happen. I'm in my mid 20s. Yes, mid 20. Oh, I just turned 25. So, yes, exactly, mid 20s, which is wild. I went back to work, and some of my friends had recently turned 30, and they were just talking about how wild it is. I don't know, like of being 30 and stuff. I thought it would be like not a big deal, but like they're like, I feel old. And I'm like, but you're the same as last year. But that's cool. You know, if you don't feel, or if you feel great about your age, cool. If you don't feel great about your age, that's, I don't know. But I'm really excited to get older. I feel like I've always been like an old person, I guess. So I'm really just growing into what I want to be. I think that's actually a Nick Miller line from New Girl. Um, there's just a scene where he talks about when he was a kid, he'd be like yelling at the other kids to get off his lawn and stuff. Yeah, I don't think. I think maybe that's because I spent most of my childhood indoors because my parents sent me to all these classes. Like every weekend, I just had like nonstop classes, whether that was like swimming or Mandarin class, math class, English class, taekwondo lessons, skiing lessons, curling. What else did I do? Yeah, all that stuff. Oh, piano lessons. Yeah, so it was nonstop for me. I didn't, yeah, it was like not a lot of playing outside. So I think I've just always felt a little bit older. Just like to spend time inside. Um, Mostly because I think I just liked having, downtime to myself after being like, rushed from one class to another, being in a car, eating like dinners in cars because we would have to like go from class to class or like right after school. They would have to like drop me off at piano class or math class or whatever. Hi, so this is editing Dominica, and I just wanted to pop in here and explain why I'm using the dirty bed in the parents' bedroom, the dirty bed from Eco Lifestyle. And that's because I wanted to use the divider as the backboard, but a lot of the beds already have backboards. And so I was left with no choice but to use the dirty one. And sorry. But I think it works. And back to me talking about random things in my childhood. See you later. And so sometimes I just wanted, time to myself at home, and I just really grew to like appreciate time by myself in my room. When I was, when I was like young, like in elementary school, I built a little like cardboard world in my room. Like a huge chunk of my floor was for this world that I was creating. It was kind of like Sims before I had Sims. Like I had this huge cardboard, or like it was a carpet or something, and then I had like little pieces from like old doll houses and or things that I picked out of the trash. And I used that to like build like a little world, and everyone had their own house. And I would like change up the furniture and like decorate their houses and that sort of stuff. Yeah, that was, yeah. um, I'm just thinking it's so funny because now I build constantly in The Sims, but I was always doing that just in a different way, I guess. But yeah, I love spending time at home, doing my thing, not being disturbed by classes and stuff. Um, I remember one time I was also like not a great kid. Like I pissed off my dad doing something, and he went into my room and he like took everything, like all the stuff that I was building, and he just like threw it into a trash bag, and then threw it out, and I was like devastated, because that was like my life. I didn't have a very long life, so that was like my entire life. Like everything that most of my time was put into building that little world. So yeah, that was devastating for me. But yeah, I probably did something really, really bad that prompted him to do that. But yeah, now I have The Sims, and I am 25 years old and building in The Sims. It's great. No, I love it. This is far more efficient. It doesn't take up any space in my room. Yeah, I was also that kid who left Legos around all the time, and my dad would step on them, and he would also get really not too happy about that. But yeah, I like loved building, and I don't have any Legos anymore, probably for the same reason as before. Probably it just my dad had enough, and so no more Legos. But some other friends of mine, it was really cool. They had like an extra room in their house, and so it was like the Lego room. And yeah, it was just like a room with just Legos in there. You could like build anything. And I, at one point in my childhood, I stayed there after school because I was like too old for aftercare. But my parents didn't trust me to be alone at home, so I headed over there after school, and I would just hang out in their Lego room. Um, yeah, it was fun. I built a lot of stuff. I remember when I was in grade 4. It was the time when I first learned about global warming and all of that stuff, and it was like that stuff like changed my life as I was like so scared. I started. That's like all I could think about. Um, and today I'm still scared, but you know, not in the same way I was when I first learned about it when I was a kid. Um, and then watching like what's that movie called? The Day After Tomorrow, where like the whole world, freezes over. That's what I thought was gonna happen. But anyways, yeah, I remember like when I was around 10, so in grade 4, grade 3 or 4, and I was like at summer camp, and they had Legos, and I would just be building like little motorhomes in my imaginative world where it was like the end of the world, and so we had to like have a water tank on this like motorhome that was lived in by like the last humans on Earth. Yeah, it got pretty dark. Um, but yeah, good memories. Good memories. Okay, so this is the kids' room. Um, I would I figured that like maybe kids or like teens or maybe kids and teens lived in this room. There's like 3 beds. 2 of them are in this like bunk bed combo. I did make a family for this house, and the people who live in this room, it's like an older teen who sleeps on that single bed, and then 2 kids who sleep, or 1 teen and a kid who sleep on the bunk beds. And yeah, I also wanted to I wanted it to fit the vibe of the kitchen, like I mentioned before, but I also wanted it to be like a little bit modern, like how I said that this house was probably in the family for a really long time. And I just figured, like, these people are pretty well off. Probably at some point they did some renovations to make it a little bit more functional to help the house last longer. So I figured like they renovated the upstairs, like the bedrooms, so they would be like more comfy, um, more spacious, a little bit more modern. So I figured that's what we have here, but I also wanted to pull in elements to still tie it into like the downstairs style. So I have the lighthouse, which I thought was perfect because they are living right by a lighthouse, like the lighthouse picture, I mean, on the wall there. And then also the more traditional carpet from the Paranormal Stuff Pack. And then also the curtains. And I do put some backpacks in here. It's not like that they're going to school, but I figured like maybe they haven't fully unpacked, and they use backpacks to bring their clothes over. I figured like, yeah, maybe backpacks are enough. I don't know. But yeah, there's that. And I also love the little toys that we get with Paranormal and the Nifty Knitting Pack. So I put that there. They're so cute, and they're also so creepy. It's just a perfect combination of creepy and cute. Yeah. Okay, so we're on to the toddler's bedroom. And initially, I wanted it to be like a little bit lighter, because it's like a kid's room. But then I was like, ooh, I am feeling some moody vibes. So here we go. We're gonna do a moody toddler bedroom. And here we have an activity room, or a craft room for the kiddos. So they could do like summer crafts, and work on projects and that sort of stuff, just to keep busy. While the family is away on this little vacation, they can still learn stuff and build skills. Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I think that we're almost done the second story. I'm just like putting in some extra bits and bobs here just to make it a little bit more cluttered, because I'm trying my best. But soon we're going to be moving to the outdoors. And I think like the way that the lot is situated, in like the rest of the island, if that makes sense, the outside was really easy. Like usually I have to do like whole fencing situation, but it was really easy to like blend it into the rest of the island. And I kind of like that because like basically the whole island is your home, so you don't really need fences. So I just like kept it all open so you could, like have dinner and then like also just walk around and have a nice view everywhere you go. Like it's not weird. Also, this house has a lot of doors. Like we have the front door and then the back door and a side door. And I guess that's not much, at least not in comparison to this other build that I'm going to be putting out for Friday. That house it's a small house, but it has two, three, four doors. Oh no, sorry. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven doors. um, and it's a small house, but it's got seven entry points. Um, I'm just thinking about New Girl, where those two characters, in case you haven't seen it, I won't, no spoilies, where two characters move into a house. They move out of the loft and they learn about all the entry points in their house. They're like 21 entry points because they include chimneys and the window. And they're just worried about burglaries. But yeah, this house has three doors, and the side door comes from the laundry room and it goes like into the gardening area. So I figured they could do like they're planting things in the laundry room because there's a sink and then also like a planting station. Yeah, a planting station. The one from the Blooming Groom kits, in fact. Um, and so then they can like do all their stuff there and then come out and like plant uh, the seeds or yeah, whatever. So it's like easy access. And I also put in the um, the decorative planting station from Eco Lifestyle, I think, just outside the door. So that's like their whole situation for planting stuff. Um, oh, and this gets pretty interesting. I was like, I really wanted a fireplace, like or a not a fireplace, a campfire area, because it's like a summer thing, right? So I put it in front of um, the back doors, but I was thinking like if you get the little campers kit, tiny camp. I already forgot what that kit was called, um, but yeah, so you can maybe like get rid of the fireplace, and that's where you can put um, the movie area. I think that would be so cute because then it's also right by um, the playground. So it's very much like with the toys and with the kids stuff. So that could be really cute. I do wish that this lot was a little bit bigger now that, we're doing the outsides and we have like this new kit coming in. We have so much stuff that we could put in. On the outside, yeah, I wish the outside was a little bit bigger. Maybe if I do put the kit stuff in here to show y'all. I'm saying this as if I would. I don't think I'm getting the kit, but if I did, um, I would maybe move this house onto a bigger lot somewhere else in Brindleton Bay, um, and then like fill that up with the cool little movie stuff and other stuff from the kit. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. um, and this little like gardening area, I love. In my last build, the large family home, I think it's called. I do like an arched garden where I get like the arches from Debug and I line it up with the vertical planters. So it's like you're in a little pathway that's like covered by greenery, and you can also grow things in there. And so here I used the pergolas or terrace things. I forget what they're called. Um, from Island Living, and I use the vertical planters there, and so it's like a covered gardening area still. And I put in some benches from Eco Lifestyle, so you can like sit there and have coffee and like take care of your plants and stuff. That's what I really want to do. I actually have to go weed my garden today and take care of it, but uh, I'm not really feeling it. We'll see. Maybe I'll do it a little bit later when it's after lunch, maybe, or maybe after I upload this video. So yeah, and when I was like doing the create a sim thing for the family, like when I was creating the family, ooh, what are words today? I made one of them like really into wellness, and so that's why I decided to put in the yoga mats on the side there. Yeah, I'm also just thinking we have cars. I mean, we don't have cars. These cars are from Debug, but the cars are on the island, and the only way to get to the island is by boat. And also, the island is so big. I mean, is so small. What are words? That's like the complete opposite word. Whatever. But the island is not that big. You really don't need a car. So, why? All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope that that was mildly entertaining for you. So, thank you so much again. I hope you have a great day. If you would like to download this build, you can do it from the gallery. My origin ID is Build with Coffee. That's Build with Coffee, all lowercase, no spaces. And if you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much, and I will see you on Friday or Saturday. Yes. All right, bye.